Okay, so the time has come again to do another ranking video, and today I'm doing the Friday the 13th rankings, ranking all 12 official Friday the 13th movies that have come out since 1980. This one was pretty easy to make. I'm not gonna lie, like half of the series I could care less about, only one bad one, and the other half I actually like quite a bit. Quite entertaining. Number one may or may not surprise you depending if you watch our video or not, but let's get on. With number 12, it is
psychokineses and these delusions.
No, you're not listening to me!
The what?
Isn't this the way they wear their jackets back in the mental hospital?
Someone is waiting. The 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Opening.
going to be Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, aka Carrie vs. Jason. This one has a lot of potential, but sadly the MPAA with the bad acting and the really, not annoying, but lame and kind of just, I don't know, this not interesting Tina character, our main final girl. The only good about this movie is the sleeping bag kill, the horn kill on the black girl, and the fight between Carrie and Jason. I'm sorry, Tina and Jason. Keep calling her Carrie, because she is basically Carrie. I mean, they borrow inspiration from Stephen King's Carrie. Like, most of those are neutered. Jason looks cool as fuck though, and that's what's sad about it. This is the coolest Jason ever, and it's kind of wasted. This is the first Jason played by Kane Hodder. He's regarded as one of the best Jasons. I don't personally think so, but I do think the best one is Derek Mears. Number 12, Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Number 11 is
Not alone. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. So just like with Part 7, it was neutered by the MPAA. The only good kills are the belt eye kill, and I think that's it. But this one does have the most nudity because of the director being a former porn director, or softcore porn. So, I don't know. I do respect the different direction they took, right? Roy being the character. The issue is you haven't established like character and lore and well-known like icons. So when audiences back in 1985 came to watch this and thought, okay, they're gonna find some BS where they bring Jason back, just like in Part 2, because they didn't explain that right. But nope, they just with the human killer, which I didn't mind, but it did come out of nowhere. It's kind of like you don't really do that when you have a established sort of character and lore in an established franchise. Sadly, I wouldn't mind it. I'm just a casual Friday the 13th fan, but to hardcore fans, this might be a letdown, right? It might be a letdown. So, but it does have one of the best screams of ever of little black boy Ralph, or not Ralph, whatever his name is. Cool little scream there. Number 11, Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Number 10 is Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, this movie seems to get a lot of hate, and I get it, right? The Manhattan part is a complete marketing lie. Granted, if you know going in, budget, a very low budget, you know they're not going to be in Manhattan for very long. So, I knew going in, and this is my second time rewatching it. I don't mind this movie. The first half is complete garbage. It starts off pretty shitty, not gonna lie. But then once after the mean girl dies, who tried to seduce a teacher, after she dies, the film turns around. There's some decent kills with the whole rock kill and the sauna, the whole everyone on the ship fighting against Jason. That was cool. Them going to Vancouver, aka New York, and that boxing scene, 1 minute and 16 seconds or whatever, all fucking worth it for little head like takeoff. I think this movie gets just a little bit too much. I get it if you hate this movie of the marketing lie, but this movie does get a bit too much hate in my opinion. It deserves at least some credit, right? The boat part isn't all that exciting, but whatever, right? Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about Part 7, the dead last, the stupid ass ending with the dad coming back. Part 8 has a stupid ass ending as well, with Jason turning a little boy by this sewer that everyone in Manhattan knows. Apparently, this is big ass sewer that water goes through and it changes a person's fucking image or something. Like, that's never explained, and Paramount wonder why they lost a bunch of money because of shit like it, you know, like this, a goddamn ending like this. So yeah, number 10, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Number 9 is
That will be enough. Friday the 13th.
hopefully I don't get killed for this, Friday the 13th, the original 1980, the first one. Now I can appreciate sort of the legacy this first one did. Granted, it's a ripoff, and it's still shocking to me how it started 11 sequels and a crossover, and just how it started a franchise based on this. But maybe things were different back in 1980. But this is a dull movie. It is not all at all interesting or good. People who love this, you must have very strong nostalgia for this. Nostalgia is a powerful thing. You know, I can get it to a certain extent, but the only thing thing that makes this first one interesting is the end when Pamela Voorhees shows up. It says that, you know, she can hear Jason in her head. She's creepy. She has these crazy eye looks. Her death and the whole dream thing was cool. But I don't know, man. It's not at all a good movie. I'm sorry if you get mad at this. It's not a good movie. You must have really strong nostalgia for this movie. It's not at all great, but it's just okay. Number 8 is
Jason Goes to Hell. The Final Friday.
Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. And it is the final one. So this one I can appreciate. This one went a different direction, just like part 5, but it went in a direction that I could appreciate. Granted, again, deviates way too far from the original. I will see that. But the gore and the whole body swapping thing, I didn't mind that. It was a fresh air, honestly. When I was binge watching these, I was like, oh, something new, something refreshing, something that isn't, you know, Camp Crystal Lake or, you know, stuff like that. So I didn't mind it. The only weird thing is the force added mythos to like the Jason Voorhees house. He has a sister who has a daughter, and that daughter has a baby, and it's gonna kill his bloodline just like Michael Myers. And it's like, why are you doing this? This doesn't make any goddamn sense, but whatever. They wanted to add it. Why the hell not? That's the only weird part. The look of Jason's head looks like a piece of shit, as I said in my review or video, where his head piece looks so ugly that it's actually awesome. The costume itself looks kind of dumb, but other than that, the movie's okay. But I appreciate the different, you know, dick and the different sort of direction they went, even though it led to nowhere. And the ending where, you know, this is basically a setup movie where Freddy gets his hand and takes Jason's mask to go to hell. That would have been an interesting storyline, but they obviously didn't win with that when they did Freddy vs. Jason, which sucks. But either way, number 8, Jason Goes to Hell. Number 7, Friday the 13th.
Why should Friday the 13th, 1981 be any different? Friday the 13th, Part 2.
Part 2, 1981. So just like with the first one, this movie is dull, but just slightly better in terms of better characters, better final girl with a psychology degree, and Jason looking cool and being in the movie. Spoiler, you already know that. But the first movie where Jason is the actual killer with the sack head, and I like this look of Jason. It's iconic. Well, it's iconic. Well, it's very similar to another like slasher, like Tell Not Dreaded Sundown or whatever. He also has a sack head with 2 holes. This one just 1 hole. And they don't want to copy that, so they just went with the Hockey Master next movie. And so yeah, I didn't mind this movie. It's got some decent kills. The one kill that I remember for this movie is the wheelchair kill. He just starts looking around Jason, smacks him in his head. He starts flying those stairs. That is hilarious and should be in every Jason movie. Still love that quite a bit. Watching it for the 3rd time. I enjoy this movie, but it's just still okay, slightly better. The final girl being creative and being Pamela was cool. Also, what happened to Paul, her boyfriend? That's still a fan theory thing, and it's starting to get to me, honestly. Like, where is your boy Paul at? Is he just somewhere in the woods, or did Jason just hide him for like 50 goddamn years, or what's going on there? Producers and Sean S. Cunningham explain that shit. Even though in this movie they don't explain how Jason gets back, that's never going to be explained. They just sort of be like, he's back, yeah, but why didn't he tell his mother? Did his mother just rationalize, made an excuse to like kill other camp counselors? Is that why was she actually just crazy? Never explained. So number 7, Friday the 13th Part 2. This number 61 are films that I actually like and enjoy and would rewatch on it. So number 6 is
And nobody leaves them alive.
Friday the 13th Part 3, aka 3D. This movie is a lot of fun. I get if people don't like it. Shelley being an annoying character, but I appreciate him for being Boy Who Cried Wolf sort of arc. At least I appreciate that. I guess an arc or whatever. You have Kristen who fights back, actually. Quite a badass who actually fights back against Jason. That's cool. Despite her weird add-on, like she met Jason long time ago when she was a little girl. That is fucking weird. Again, continuity doesn't matter in this franchise. And all the 3D effects are hilarious. I really do want to see this movie in 3D just to appreciate it and see the different like title card in 3D. But even if you do use the 3D glasses from the box set, again, it's like this is red image, so it doesn't work. So I want to see this movie 3D, but without the 3D, it's hilarious when people have like a baseball bat right in front of the camera, or this guy's like, look at this shrimp or whatever. Look. You know, it's like, I get it. It's in 3D. Yeah, I can laugh and sort of appreciate the dumb of the 3D effect. Also, that horrible acting for that one lady and the eyes popping out at you. Again, I still want to know if the audience knew that was real or not. I'm gonna assume the audience back then were not that dumb. I just have to believe that they knew what they were watching and just scoffed and laughed at it. I hope that's what happened. If that's the case, if they actually believe that was real, yeah, I don't know what to say. But number 6, Friday the 13th Part 3 3D. Number 5.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Versus Jason.
Place your
It's Freddy versus Jason. I get if you're mixed on this movie. I do get it. It's got probably the lamest character, one of the worst characters ever, right? The characters are not at all interesting. They're just there to be killed. And that's what I wanted for this movie. I wanted at least 30 minutes, maybe 40. I don't know the exact runtime again, but of Freddy versus Jason, a confrontation between the two. And I got what I wanted, you know? Especially that final fight where it's all bloody and everything, and it's got shit everywhere. God, I love it. Please more blood. But there's also like the CG Freddy caterpillar. That was dumb, you know, like there's some other dumb stuff, like, God, do I remember what happens in the movie? But just go look at my video. There's a lot of dumb stuff. There's also a lot of good and, you know, bad. So both rounds of Freddy vs. Jason I loved. The first round being in Freddy's control and his world, and then the second being Jason's world, and I think they did that perfectly. And so the main final girl, she's fine, I guess. She's okay. The cornfield scene and him throwing that perfect machete through that one guy's chest was amazing. Some dialogue haven't aged well, I will admit, but I still love this movie. I still think it's pretty good. Oh yeah, and that slow-mo effect from Ron Hughes, like action-packed thing, that wasn't needed. I don't know why that was there, but I really like this movie because I got what I wanted. Freddy vs. Jason. That's at number 5. Number 4 is
Is the one you've been screaming for. Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
13th, the final chapter. Quotation marks. The final chapter is indeed not the final one. The fourth, part 4, and it's really good. You've got Crispin Glover before he did Back to the Future, dancing all weird and shit, and then being a shy little teen or young adult, I'm gonna assume. And then you got Corey Feldman right before he did The Goonies as well, and it's just seeing these two in this movie is hilarious. Corey Feldman's character being a horny teen seeing sex for the very first time. I'm sure so many boys can relate to that. And then Corey Feldman being a complete dead fuck. That's his arc, by the way. This is how much Crispin Glover in his movie. His arc is like the dead fuck arc. Her shrink is teasing him on being a dead fuck and during bed, and then when he does eventually have sex with the two twins, he immediately asks her, hey, am I a dead fuck? Like, oh man, I really like this movie. And there's some decent kills too, and you know, nudity in there as well, the start of it, at least I think. So yeah, this is you know, some fan favorite as well, which is, like I said, sort of the perfect, you know, Jason movie. It's got good kills, nudity, sex, memorable characters, and very fun moments. That's all you really need for this franchise, and you got it. You don't need like a 5 out of 5 star movie. It's never going to be. But yeah, this movie got it, just like with the another movie I will mention later on. But yeah, part 4, the final chapter, is number 4. Number 3 is Friday the 13th. Part 6, Jason Lives. So just like with the 4th one, the director got what this franchise needed to be. Some fun, you know? Don't take it too seriously. There was like the gravekeeper or the corner or whatever saying like some people have a messed up idea of what entertainment is. Breaking the 4th wall line, that was hilarious. Some kills, I will admit, were just there to be there, but whatever. Doesn't take away from the movie with the fact this is so much fun. Jason's resurrection, the James Bond opening with everything, just, it's great. This is probably the most perfect you can get with Jason. Just don't take himself too seriously, honestly. You're sort of held back for making this series very serious. Make everything not complete joke, but don't make Jason a joke. Everything else, make it feel fun, make it feel fresh, make it feel like you're just being entertained for like an hour and 30 minutes. And this is what this movie did, with most kills being really good and really funny. That happy face kill, the whole face in the metal RV thing, the RV shot itself is so awesome. You've got the Kino heart punch thing right at the beginning. You've got the hand thing where he looks at the hand. So many really funny and good kills in this one. And again, a fan favorite, which is a perfect, this final chapter in part 6 is like perfect formula for a Jason Voorhees / Friday the 13th film. It just got everything you need. So yeah, part 3 is part 6. Oh, not part 3, number 3. Alright, final 2. You know, through elimination and whatnot. You can guess what my top 2 are. But my number 2 is Friday.
Hey, I'm not from around here, but I'm looking for my sister.
His name was
13th 2009 remake. This movie gets unwanted hate for some reason. All of these so-called criticisms can be applied to the rest of the franchise, but apparently because it's a remake, people just like hating on it. This is the scariest Jason. Derek Ramirez Jason is probably the scariest. I would not want to mess with this Jason. He's like a hunter with fucking arrows, traps. He's somewhat smart too, having layout in his house, having bells ring. He is smart, aggressive, and will kill the shit out of you if you're not on top of your game. That's what I love about this Jason. Using people as bait, that black guy, throwing that axe back and using him as bait to lure people out. Jared Padalecki and all the other characters are smart. He kills them. Love this Jason. Also, mentioned Jared Padalecki, Supernatural. Hello, he's basically playing Sam Winchester. If I'm being completely honest, anything else that Jared does, he's basically Sam Winchester. If I'm being completely honest, and if you got one of the best bad characters of all time, your boy Trent with that boobylicious line, he's just an awful person. People hate this character, which you should hate. That's the point, right? Piece of shit. You should hate him. And the actor did an amazing job at being a complete asshole. So I love him as well. He's got a cool death. That screwdriver kill, it was held on for quite a bit, even in the extended like killer cut or whatever. He held on for quite a bit. It's like, oh shit, this is fucking brutal. So yeah, number 2, the Friday the 13th remake, unappreciated, panned by critics and everyone. So rewatch it. Hopefully your mind can change about it. It's really good. Actually, my number 1 holy grail, the best Friday the 13th movie is
A life form frozen in time. Wow. Control man.
boy Jason X. Yes, this is in fact perfect. Okay, not the best, because Jason's in space. You've got dumb characters, dumb futuristic tech, horrible CG, 2000 CG, some decent skills, decent kills, and a ridiculous Uber chase. What more do you want for this movie? This movie is a TV movie as well. This is indeed the best. Okay, it's got everything you want. All right, as I stated earlier, dumb character, some decent kills, honestly a few kills. Memorable characters like the android and a dumb teacher who loves torture sex. It has like so-called torture sex with the student, with his nipples or whatever. Fucking, there's even VR. They even recreate the sleeping bag with 2 deaths. That was hilarious as well. And then you got the guy from 300. He's Bronsky in this one. This is madness. Him having this itch and urge to face Jason because it's a new threat. It's a new competition for him. And anytime he gets defeated twice, he comes back with a suit, face Jason, and he makes the ultimate sacrifice to kill Jason. To go to apparently Earth 2, as I read it in the trivia. Weird. There's different Earths now. This is like the multiverse. But yeah, that was awesome. It's just cool seeing Talia al Ghul, the actor playing Talia al Ghul from Arrow, being there, seeing her where she came from. She was in another show kind of like this. I don't know called, but she's, you know, cool in it as well. And David Cronenberg just cameos just to get killed off in the very beginning. Random shit. So I think I've stated, you know, my case. Number 1 is Jason X. Hopefully you like my list. It's definitely not gonna be, you know, like yours. Your list will be completely different from mine, and that's the whole point. To disagree and see where you rank these. And if you agree with me, that's cool as well. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments below to see if it's the why you disagree with me, it's the why you rate one lower than the other. I want to know. Hey, that's it. That's the cap off for the Friday 13th. I will come back to this franchise next year. I'm not gonna tell you why, but I will come back to it next year because I have plans for it as well for next year in 2021. Hopefully next year will be better. But yeah, thank you for coming along with this journey with me.